episode of Final Fantasy III with your host Kibbs here and friend.
Narshe.
Who's munching on some Cheez-Its.
Yep. Mika's watching me do it.
Yeah, Mika's gonna watch like a hog.
Mm-hmm.
Started playing the game and then I realized I wasn't recording, so hey. Round 2 and the wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah? What are you guys doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
One little show around and only treasure hunter could pick that lock.
Yeah.
Deja vu.
And to have ourselves a little bit of a late night snack.
I got some Cheetos.
Oh yeah.
It's a nasty that one. I'm gonna explore this town a little bit and see if there's any survivors.
Yeah, anything cool around?
Because we know Mog's here.
Mm-hmm. Know how to get to him for sure now, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I know where he's at in the beginning.
Yeah.
Got a little confused before the last episode.
Yeah.
Well, the balance was a little ruined bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Right. The world of balance or the world of not balance?
This door's open. It's the elder's house.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing's really inside.
Dope.
Damn you, elder. For not being more interesting and having secret rooms and secret hidden treasure chests that help me save the day.
Right.
That's what a lot of these newer yuppies are talking about. Oh, I can't beat your game instantly. Ah, fuck, piss. I don't want to play anymore.
All my money back.
All my $10 I paid on the Play Store back.
Even 1,200, oh boy.
Let's move it on up.
Alright, do it for real. Okay.
Nope.
Don't do it for real. Yeah, I do like an idea of a green screen behind you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Like that idea.
Who was it? Wasn't background guy. Another guy on Twitch. Who did the Final Fantasy Fiesta.
Mm-hmm.
When he was playing, he had a video camera on him, of course, but he had a green screen effect and he was inside the airship from Final Fantasy 7. He was sitting on his chair, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that door is locked. And that door right there, the weapon shop, there used to be a weapon shop. It's locked to Rooney.
Wait till you're getting sleepy. I'm breathing hard.
Good old doggo.
Mm-hmm.
Being a husky, she's gonna get warm this summer.
Yeah, she will. She's typically inside anyways, right?
Unless we're both out to go to work, you know.
Right.
That's the only time she's ever.
I think as long as you fill up like a pool for her, she'll probably be okay.
And we do have the kids' old kiddie pool.
Right.
Which I want to get them a new one, a little bit bigger one.
And let her
Keep
use
that
the old
one
one.
in
Yeah.
the pinned up area back there for her.
Yep.
Because there's a doghouse out there for her when it's like raining and shit.
Right.
And I've seen her use it a couple times.
I don't think you have to worry about it getting too hot until probably mid to late May.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Because it's still pretty chilly for
right now it's
spring.
Pretty chilly.
Yeah.
There's been a couple warm days, but nothing horrible, of course.
Right. Keep on getting these stupid emails to join these, the survey sites.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they give you money. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I can't wait to fucking spend a month to get $10 fucking dollars.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because it all depends on demographics. You know, if I was a stay-at-home fucking mom, then
You
holy
get paid
shit,
a
I
lot.
could make some good money doing surveys.
You can do nothing. You get paid by the state.
Right.
Or you know, just
With my
get
heart
baby daddy
problem.
pays a bunch of money.
Yeah, with my heart problem, I either have to be making, really decent money, or live off the government. Those are my two options.
You need to have really good insurance too. Imagine your medication alone for it's fucking expensive. Oh, doc.
My medicine's not so bad anymore. It's what they. It's the only thing nice about my specific, defect is that my medicine's not actually all that expensive. Plus, I get it every 2 months. It's 60 pills. Yeah, once a day, every morning. And I have to take it with food, not something else.
So just eat like a breakfast sandwich every morning.
So that's always fun. Whenever I went on like trips with my school, like we went on like senior trip, and we left so early that I couldn't take it because it hadn't really been enough time for me to take my pill yet, because it hadn't been like I don't have to wait exactly 24 hours to take it.
Yeah, like an hour or
But
two.
I could take it. Which as I get older, I can wait. As long as it's 16 hours in between, then I'll be fine. But when I was in high school and stuff like that, when I was younger, it was a good 18. It was like where I could take it, but it's best to try and get it close to 24 hours as possible. So we left so early that I didn't really have time to take it. I took it with me in a Ziploc bag, but we didn't go fucking eat breakfast until like 9. And we left at like 4 in the morning.
Alright.
So that's 5 hours of me with no medicine, basically. And when I'm awake, that my system is more active and using the medicine up more. So.
Yeah.
And it was already, so then it had worn off by that point. So going up there and ordering my food and eating my food, I was like,
thank God this is heaven.
They could tell I did not feel well.
We should probably go back to that house over here,
actually. Someone else had to order my food because I had to.
You gotta sit down?
I had to sit down, yeah. I was just like,
yeah. I had to lie down real quick.
But then, within a few minutes after eating my food and taking my pill with it, I'm set.
So it's pretty fast affecting.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. It's partially blood thinner. It also helps regulate my heartbeat, stuff like that.
Dispatch.
But it's just like when I don't take it, I just kind of there's some nausea that I can feel. Not all the time, but it could happen. That's what I was feeling. It was the smell of all the different foods is probably what caused it. That's when I felt the nauseous.
Especially like a greasy burger or something.
So I was like, yeah, nausea. But before that, I was having palpitations while waiting on the bus, and I was like, I just felt heavy and exhausted. That's pretty normal for no medicine. Heavy and exhausted, sometimes nauseous, and I get palpitations more often because I don't have as much stamina. But I have found out, if there's ever like an end of the world scenario, something I could take as a good enough replacement every day, and aspirin. Just take an aspirin.
Like baby aspirin or actual aspirin?
Actual aspirin. For the whole blood thinning effect and stuff like that.
It'd be the same effect, yeah.
It'd be close enough. I'd never feel 100% again, probably. but
yeah,
I'd feel good enough to get through my day. But I now know the kinds of things I could do to make a. I could also make like a makeshift aspirin or baby aspirin because I've looked into what's in it, and aspirin is like one of the easier ones to make in a doomsday scenario. So if if I've used up all the aspirin in the world, then I can make my own kind of a thing.
What's made of?
It's a lot of different things I don't know how to pronounce, but you can find it in a lot of plants and stuff. So, like most medicine, plant based. It's pretty much just plant based.
So you just kind of find these plants and kind of mix them together with like a mortar and pestle.
Yeah.
Sounds like a magic potion.
Instead of making a pill, it'd be more of like a. I'd have to make it into some kind of a paste, and I'd have to make sure I'm only taking a certain number of milligrams of it.
Because we're trying to figure that out.
As long as I don't take too much, I'd be alright.
Took too much.
Because with my size that I am, my pill's only 5 milligrams. It's like the pill's like
itty bitty.
Even smaller than that. It's a little round guy. It's like a little bit bigger than one of the buttons on the Joy-Con right here, but smaller than one of the buttons on this. It's in between those. That's how big it is. It's a white pill.
The Joy-Con buttons are small as fuck, anyways.
Yeah, so it's in between the PS4 buttons and the Joy-Con buttons.
So kind of like a Super Nintendo button.
A little bit smaller than that, yeah.
Quadra slam.
And then I take a multivitamin in the morning too. Get my vitamins.
We've been meaning to do the whole vitamin route.
Which that motherfucker's like this big. Yeah, it's like that long, and it's about that thick, which I'm used to. I can take that without a drink. Yep, I'm very used to swallowing pills. Fuck, when I go to the dentist, I have to take fucking 4 amoxicillin. That's even bigger.
Edgar kind of reminds me of Tron. The way the hem on his uniform.
Oh yeah, I see it.
It's kind of like Tron.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Which I've taken so much amoxicillin in my life, I'm pretty sure it doesn't even have an effect on me anymore.
Amoxicillin, man.
That's what I always have to take when I go to the dentist. And because of my heart problem, I have to go twice a year for cleanings.
When you take antibiotics and then you have sex and you come, you're efficiently depositing more antibiotics into whatever you're spewing into. The more you know.
Yeah. And because of my heart, I'm probably gonna have to be the little spoon. Let the girl do all the work.
Yeah.
That way my heart doesn't explode. But I mean, if it does, then I go out having fun.
Go out with a bang. Do you notice Tyron has a new ride? Is that true?
That truck? Yeah.
That's true, huh? It doesn't suit him. It doesn't look like, something he would drive. But
did he talk about how the prom he went to went?
Yeah, he said I don't think he enjoyed himself.
I see him probably not. He had to have went to a girl with a girl from high school.
I'm hoping he went with somebody. Yeah. Not Stag, or with
Well, that's the only way he would have been able to go since he's not in high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was.
No, he graduated with Grant Smith.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Tyron, go through puberty finally. Hurry up. I thought you were still in high school.
Yeah. No, he graduated.
Wow.
So he had went to with a junior or senior, well, depending on the school. In Golden City, only juniors and seniors can go, unless they take, and they can only take down as low as freshmen. They can't take middle schoolers. And the highest they can go at Golden City, age-wise, is 21. Can't go any higher than that. So, I couldn't be, a girl couldn't take me to prom in Golden City. Other school, probably could.
Probably could.
Yeah. And I think other schools let freshmen through seniors go to prom.
I know Lamar did, because Lamar, on my senior prom, I dated a freshman.
Right. And did you have to sign her up?
I think I had to sign her up, yeah.
Okay. I have to say, But I think Lamar's changed a little bit. I think they let a little bit more people go. Well, I think they're different from Golden City in the fact that older people can go. Like, people older than 21 can go if they're signed up.
Okay, so you're right there above. There's a little outline.
Yeah, I see it.
There's supposed to be something around here you can click on. It opens up.
Okay.
And I think that's where Umaro's at.
Okay, some kind of switch somewhere.
Hmm?
There's some kind of switch or button. Mm-hmm. I've always thought of the towns around here, and I was like, if we ever got into like a county war with other towns, you know, it's like what town would win out of their 3 towns. But I kind of don't include like Jasper County because that's like fucking Carthage is in there, so it's like
the Battle of the Mexicans.
It'd be like
it's straight up the Battle of the Mexicans. It's like the Alamo all over again.
So it's like if it was Barton versus Dade, it would be Liberal, Lamar, and Golden City for Barton versus Dadeville, Greenfield, and Lockwood. If they ever had to like fight to the death for some reason, Dadeville would get absolutely fucking annihilated. They counted as get fucked because Lamar is pretty damn big. It can for places around here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the biggest one around.
What was it I had to click on?
And you got, out of the towns around here, you got Golden City, Weed Central.
Weed Central?
Mm-hmm. If it's anything, it's a weed town.
I'm not sure about that.
It's definitely not. It's not fucking.
It's not meth central.
It's not meth town like Greenfield.
And Lamar's that way too.
Yeah, Lockwood's STDville.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, Lockwood's STDs. It's just that's what it is. That's really all you can get, or like random worthless people that you've never seen before move into town. That's Golden City.
True.
Yeah, bunch of random worthless people up here, and you're like, what the fuck? Get out of here. Leave. Squatters.
Get off my lawn.
We've had squatters before. Squatter problems.
Yeah.
But old crazy lady took care of that problem by burning down almost every house in Golden City.
House, yeah. Mm-hmm. Except for the one next door to us.
Yeah, Narshe Day. Fucking went around burning all these fucking houses down. Because she was tired of the squatters. She went to jail, of course, but
yeah, I mean she's
fucking arson. Yeah,
suffering for it now.
Mm-hmm.
You son of a bitch.
But secretly, everyone in Golden City's like,
thanks.
Okay, yeah, fucking awesome.
We will happily rebuild these houses for new people that want to buy it.
Yeah. Like where the bank is, Bear State. There used to be an old hotel there.
And that's when she burned down, wasn't it?
That's the first thing she burned down. Was that thing. I remember because I was staying the night at my friend Austin Gibson's. Brock was staying the night there with us. Nate Miller was also there, and Austin Toothball. We were all staying the night at Gibson's, and he lived in a trailer on it was pretty close to Cookies.
Okay.
It was near there. So we're just right off of Main Street, you know. So that's where we're at, and fucking power goes out. And we thought maybe it was because of the wind. It was supposed to be a really windy day, or it was supposed to be storming and stuff like that. So we thought maybe that's what happened, you know. But it wasn't. Nothing was happening here. It was happening more towards like Lamar. So we thought maybe something got knocked down there and cut out Golden City Power too. Yeah, because they do have the transformers like in between Golden City, like the actual electric area. Yeah. Like the fenced-in power area. Yeah. They have that in between Golden City and Lamar. So we're saying, oh yeah, that's probably what it is. So we're all trying to fall asleep because now there's nothing to do. There's no power. Yeah, this is like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I see a bright light. I was like, and I don't know if that's just so much thunder in the clouds, like lightning in the clouds flashing. So I was like, Brock's closest to the window. I'm on the other side of the room. I'm like, Brock, look out the window, see what's going on out there. And he looks out the left side, and he's looking up in the sky, and he's like, well, there's no clouds, it's actually a clear night. I was like, okay. I'm like, what's all that light coming from? And he looks to the right, and he's like, "Oh my God, there's a fire!" And I was like, "What?" Because I was like, I thought he meant like next to the trailer, or
Like
the trailer's on
fire
fucking
or something,
fire.
yeah.
Yeah. So I go run over there to the window, and it's fucking hotel way on the other side of town.
Mhm.
That's why the power went out. Power lines got knocked down because of the fire. One of the poles got set on fire. So then fucking we're like, so then we're waking everybody up. Me and Brock, we're like, "There's fucking fire out there."
People pick up, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we're saying. We're not saying like that. That's all we're saying. We're saying there's a fire. That's all we're saying.
There's a
to wake people
fire.
up. So they're like, what? Yeah.
It's like you shove them around. There's a fire outside.
Yeah.
Earthquake. Hurry.
It's like we're like holding our mouth. You know, it's like there's a horror. Yeah. Yeah. So that was a fun night because then we ended up all going to Brock's house because that side of town actually where he lives actually had power. So we ended up going there and we watched like Green Hornet because only Brock had seen it. And it was back when Green Hornet was fairly new. So we watched Green Hornet and played more video games, stayed up all night.
It's the life.
Yeah. We had ourselves a good time. But yeah, that was when that thing burnt down. So that was fun.
So we got Mog again.
Oh yeah.
We were gonna exit the long way around. This way. Oh no, that door came out from where the Mog was at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Imaro should be on the right side of the mine entrance.
Right.
Straight from. I just fucked that one up. I mean, to get straight into town, just go straight up.
Right.
He's supposed to be up there somewhere.
No, you just have to save after we're out of here.
Yeah. I'm gonna save as soon as I switch the party members over.
Right.
I think I'm gonna take out Terra and leave Cyan. For sure.
Yeah.
Cyan and Saban are now the highest level characters on here.
Right.
They're just like right underneath it. So is Terra, but...
And Cyan's only that because of the XP egg.
Yeah.
So, or he'd be pretty low with Terra. It'd be Edgar and Saban being the powerhouses.
Two brothers.
Two brothers, and then a meteor hits. Mexican Armada. Love that. I love that entire episode is fucking improvised. Rick and Morty. Center dimensional cable. So they're switching through the different dimensions, like channels.
Oh, okay.
And that's one of them, yeah.
I haven't seen all of season 3 yet. Stopped watching for a little while.
Right. I think we can buy season 3 on DVD now and stuff, or at least
season 1 and 2. It's on combo, I think, at Walmart.
Yeah, they have a combo now, and I think maybe that's what's for pre-order. The season 3 and the new 1, 2, and 3 combo.
Oh.
That they're doing. I think it's just for pre-order. It's not actually out yet. Fucking love Rick and Morty, but I'm not one of the crazy Rick and Morty fans. It's like, where's my Szechuan sauce?
Yeah,
fucking crazy ass people.
That was stupid.
Yeah, I was like, great.
It was hilarious.
Make the people who enjoy funny stuff look like a bunch of assholes.
Well, there's always a bunch of bad eggs that make everybody else look bad.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as long as you identify the bad eggs as the one being dumb,
yeah,
then we should be fine.
It's only people can look at politics that way.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's how it works. And people get in so many arguments over politics.
That's why I don't care for politics. I think of it as a waste of fucking time.
It is. I mean, nobody has their own opinion anymore. Nobody can keep their own opinion anymore.
Yeah, you have to. It's like you have to side with one of the sides.
It's like if you don't
be neutral.
It's like if you don't agree with me, I'm gonna kick your ass. Like, well, sorry, I'm just not gonna agree with you then.
Like there's people I know who like ideas from the left and like ideas from the right, and the ideas that they like from the right, the leftist friends they have are just fucking constantly on their ass about it.
Like mad bashing.
And then if they like, then the stuff they like about the left, all their friends that are right winged are on their ass about that stuff. And it's like, can I not like multiple different things? You know?
It's like, can I make my own choice, guy? Yeah, I feel them.
That was part of the whole fucking Union versus Confederates crap too. That was so annoying.
I'm all for the best guy for the job.
Right. There's really only one thing bad about the Confederates, and that was that they were all for slaves. That's really it. every other idea they had was actually really fucking good when it came to government and stuff.
If they just didn't have that one slave idea,
One thing,
they would
yeah.
have been just perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You're right.
It was. They really had some awesome ideas.
They fucked the sheep on that one.
Yeah.
Literally.
Which some of their ideas did actually make it into today's stuff.
Like fucking sheeps.
Some of the stuff that we have that's good, it's probably because of Confederates.
Like whiskey.
The whole prohibition was way after that.
I know.
So.
That's why,
But
they started it.
I think it was more like, I don't remember for sure, but I think maybe the state has more power was kind of one of their things instead of the federal government.
Oh.
I think they were more like the state should have more power and the federal should have lower power.
The state should have more power for its own state. And the federal should be there to help guide them, but not control everything. Aspect.
Yeah, because then that turns into
like if it comes
turns into communism, socialism, or stuff like that.
If it comes down to like a state issue, let the state take care of it. If it comes down to like a federal issue, let the feds come in and take care of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Then they come in, they take care of it, and they get the fuck out.
Right. That was also true for like religion in schools and stuff like that. Let the state decide that, not the feds decide that.
Yeah. I mean, I still think state and school should be separated because it's been working just fine.
Right.
It's just a bunch of people are now getting all butthurt about everything else. Now they're going to try to throw everything else back onto the board to get it back to normal, back to whatever it was.
And like the whole taking religion out of schools thing. I think if the kid's religious, let the kid be religious. Let
him be religious, yeah.
And leave it at that. If someone's not religious, oh well. If someone is, oh well.
Yeah, just leave it at that.
Don't take it completely out of school in the sense that like people get in trouble for talking about their religion at school. And it doesn't matter religion. It's literally like almost every religion gets in trouble just for talking about it.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And that's stupid. Yeah, I'm not just saying that only one religion's getting attacked. It's literally like
every religion gets attacked in some way for shape or form.
Right. Yeah.
Joku Bob.
And there's always the people like who are like, all these people are all for these Muslims and stuff like that. It's like that's just the loud people in government that are the left wings who are like, oh yeah, the Muslims are perfect and stuff like that. Then you get the other crazy side who's like, oh yeah, well Muslims behead gays in these other countries. Exactly. It's like not always just Muslims.
Radical and say something completely off subject. That's not true.
Not always Muslims doing it.
Yeah.
The only people who are Muslim that I can think of killing gays is ISIS.
Well, there you have it.
And actually, the people that kill gays more than anyone is just any African country. It's not even Middle East. It's Africa.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a line trip there.
And it's not even religion that's doing it. It's just that is the thing there. Like, they probably worship multiple gods, stuff like that, not just one god kind of religion. It's the religion of like, and they literally kill gay people, behead them. Now, ISIS is more like behead you because you're not from their area, or you're
not native.
If you're a capitalist, that's the thing.
Capitalist pig dog.
If you're and this is something I will say. I do get annoyed when people say that ISIS does not claim that they are Muslim. They do claim they're Muslim, but that's not true. Muslim, because the good Muslims are like, it's not really what our religion's about. It's like the Westboro Baptist Church, basically.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, this is how Christianity is. Hell no, it's not.
Right.
Because me as a Christian, when I hear anything Westboro Baptist Church people do, I'm like, oh great. How did they make me look like an awful person?
Or do you rage more on the Flat Earth Society?
It's more fun to make fun of the Flat Earth Society. The Westboro Baptist Church probably get more mad at because they're like, they will go to military people's fucking funerals and cause an uproar and shit like that. That is just straight awful. like they say they're going to hell because they were in the fucking army, like shit like
So
that.
they were killing
kids and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like this isn't fucking the '60s in Vietnam, crazy bastards.
This is like the guessing game.
And that's something stupid I always hate to hear in history is how the Vietnam vets were treated when they got back. It was like, I don't care who the fuck's running at me shooting at me with a gun, I'm gonna shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
The kids were trained by their fucking crazy ass parents to shoot.
It's unfortunate how that happened, but
it's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm gonna feel really bad about killing a kid, sure, but kid would fucking shoot at me.
Be killed, be killed. Right?
Yeah,
fight or flight.
Especially in war. Like,
you have to do what
kid's running at me with a fucking knife. I'm gonna at least try to slap it away, and it pulls a gun on me. I'm gonna be like, well, fuck, now I have to shoot the kid.
What are you gonna do? Back away? Go? You better not.
Yeah, right.
You better fucking not.
Yeah. And in war, the kids are gonna be scared too. You know, so their response is gonna be, I'm gonna listen to my parents, and I'm gonna try and kill these motherfuckers.
Kill. Okay.
That's why I love First Blood so much. The first Rambo movie.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking goes off on those cops who are so awful to him as a Vietnam vet.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, Rambo, fuck shit up.
Go Rambo.
Yeah. Awesome movie.
Suplex. So now we got Mog. We did say it.
Flat Earth Society is more like read a fucking book and you won't be in the Flat Earth Society anymore.
Hashtag you're fucking an idiot.
Yeah, you're an idiot. It's like I love the meme of like, nature is so amazing. It shows the sun, you know, it shows Mercury, it's a round planet. Venus is round, Earth is flat, and then all the other planets are round. You know, and it's like nature is so amazing. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things ever. Seeing that one, like what the Flat Earth Society said to Elon Musk, because he's like, why is there no flat Mars Society? He tweeted that. And Flat Earth Society tweets back at him because Mars has been observed to be round. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
They also believe that the sun goes around us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we're the center of the universe?
Yeah.
Or the center of our galaxy,
yeah.
you could say?
If it
or are we the center of the universe, too?
We're center of the universe for them. I'm pretty.
So there's just a bunch of ignorant fucking yuppies.
It's like the people from back in the olden days before Galileo was around. Basically.
We're back to medieval bullshit.
Because like Galileo, he was actually Catholic, and was a scientist, and he noticed, you know, the planets moving and how they were further away and closer at a certain point. So it's like they can't be rotating around us then.
Right.
You know, that's weird how they're up higher, down lower. That's like, why would they be like that? Wouldn't they just be in the same, if they were going around us, wouldn't they always be the same trajectory? And there's other things. Stars were in different spots, you know, during different times of the year.
You notice how things
the sun during the winter was way more over here than it was straight above during the summer.
Sooner than normal.
Yeah, and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, and this is other stuff other astronomers were noticing too. And then, you know, after a while, he's like, yeah, the sun, we rotate around the sun. We're not the center of the universe. It's like,
you know, we have this moon though.
So, like the government, they don't believe him. You know, they're calling him fake and stuff like that. But he, as a Catholic, he's like, I'm pretty sure God gave me the intelligence to do this thing. Is what he literally told. Not only that, he told the church that too, because the church was like, oh, whatever. And he's like, no, I'm pretty sure God gave me the intelligence to figure this shit out. Yeah.
Pretty sure. Pretty sure, man.
He's like,
I forgot there is a Mog ribbon up here. It's a memento from Mogget.
Yeah.
Which is speculated to be Mog's girlfriend that died in the World of Ruin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. He's the last Moog.
Is he really the last one?
I think he is in this world.
Shit. Damn. What happened to all the other? Wasn't there like a shit ton at the start of the game?
There was. I think they all died with the...
in the World of Ruin?
The balancing shift. They all lived
So he only survived because he was there at the floating island when it happened?
Guys, yeah.
In the airship as it was crashing and all that good stuff.
Throwing everybody.
Throwing everyone, yeah.
Oop, there it is.
Now you just gotta figure out how to open it.
No, I was just saying, oop, there it is.
Oh, okay. Thought you were saying there's like a hidden door somewhere.
No, it's not here. I was double checking, but mostly just grinding for experience while doing so. Love Sonata. Fuck him up. Bitch.
I'm literally trying to think of layouts for the camera stuff right now. And lighting and stuff. Might have to buy just some constant lights to use. Just to put on every, you know, in each direction behind the cameras and stuff. But still keep them out of the way of the other cameras. So it's not like just a bright light shining into the camera. Which I think it'll be alright as long as we have like the lights that above us on and like your kitchen light on, like we did.
Yeah,
I think
those pretty
I think it'll be fine like that. As long as we just have all the lights that are around us on, I think it'll be enough light for every direction. Yeah.
Dance, Moogle.
Now, what we might have to do, we might have to add one extra light on this side to put behind you, also towards the green screen. So the green screen, or at least put a light that's down low that shines just onto the green screen to keep the color of the green screen the same green the entire time.
Gotcha.
That way, it's, you know, we can, because if it, even if it's just, if it's a big, kind of a big increase in different colors of green, then it might not chroma key out correctly.
Gotcha.
So as long as it's close, there's the same color green, then it can chroma key out pretty well. So, which if it's just you in the camera for that, then that'll be easy to do as long as you're not wearing any kind of green on you. You'll just have to make sure you don't do that.
Printing on the green shirt as well.
And yeah, like you were talking about, we could probably make some kind of makeshift thing to go above for the table. I think we could do that.
Eyeball itches, ladies and folks. Oi, this way. Where's that fucking bastard?
And I think we could probably like just do it with like even GoPros, even the cameras.
Just attach them to your head or your like your shoulder or something.
Or if we, well, we just put them on like stands, like normal stuff like that. Because if we're using as long as we're using a microphone for audio, you know, then we can use GoPros. And as long as we have them set to the normal vision instead of a fisheye view, then we'll be all right. Or if we just buy another 2 versions of my camcorder I have. Because because that camcorder is really good. It is a full 1080, 60 frames. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why I bought it, because it does full 1080p with 60 frames, like. Which actually I think it can do some 4K a little bit, or at least 2K maybe. Like there's like 1440p. I think it can do 1440p, but only at 30 frames. Now my GoPro that I have, the Hero 4, it can do 4K, but only at 30 frames. But everything else it can do at 60.
I forgot to heal Edgar. He's down.
He's glowing some kind of color right now.
It's part of one of his relics. It casts
safe, yeah.
Which is just for magic, but you never know.
Oh, he good now. And he still has safe on.
Yep, it'll stay until he dies. Super.
Oh, he actually got it.
It worked. Oh, look at that. Surprise, surprise,
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh, who was there in the scan? Was it him? Go to the right one. He did.
Oh, do you want to think of a name for the D&D show we do?
Yeah, I'm open to suggestions, of course, but
I haven't even thought about anything yet, so.
because we're all gonna do it together, so might as well.
Yeah.
Make something crafty.
Right. I just love the name of the Achievement Hunters one. Heroes and Halfwits. Such a awesome name.
Yeah, suplex. Jump.
Funhouses is crits and twits.
Crits and twits.
For their critical hits and their twits.
Oh, Jesus.
RNG, baby.
RNG.
Just want 3 Red Wolf. Woolies.
Huh.
Damn, I hate migraines.
Jump. Step. Oh. Elbow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my stomach.
You know what your what bone popping really is?
It's like water buildup in the cartilage, and
It's either moisture or air buildup.
Yeah.
Being released like that.
I know it's water or moisture or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Air buildup too.
The really like deep pops that don't sound like a snap, but they're kind of just like a,
Yeah.
That's more most of the time like the moisture or water buildup, and then the snap is the air most of the time.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That's why the neck is usually always the snaps, because that's usually just air buildup there.
Okay.
But like a knees usually. Because most of the moisture is actually kept in like your legs and your torso, where most of your moisture is. Your organs is where a lot of your water of your body's going to be.
Gotcha. Auto crossbow.
And of course, in your blood.
Well, yeah, obviously, for good reasons.
And that's why a lot of it's in your legs, because your legs are normally one of the bigger parts of your body, the torso.
Also, things kind of pull into legs a lot easier than anywhere else.
Right.
It all kind of does drain down that way.
Yep. And what I always love is that that hiccups are actually your heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think of the perfect D&D group out of the people we know. Jake would be awesome to have. Rock would be awesome to have. I don't know if we could even get Nathan now.
Probably not. He would want to. I know he did.
Yeah. Maybe if we say, hey, we're doing D&D, maybe that'll get him over here. Might get him over here.
Or
with
say,
D&D.
hey, Bitchface, come over and play D&D. We're not your friends anymore.
Threaten him.
You'll find out who your friend is real quick.
Yeah. My dad, something he'd always do. My grandma would be like, we stay with my grandma every other weekend when I was with him. And she'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go grocery shopping. I'll be back. And he's like, don't threaten me.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, don't threaten me with you coming back. Or it'd be after Halloween. He's like, he'd look at someone, be like, Halloween's over. You take the mask off now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if it's before Halloween, he's like, it's not Halloween yet. You don't have to wear the mask.
What are you wearing a mask for? Huh?
Yeah. He's an asshole.
Asshole, or
he's
intuitive,
Yeah. He's very clever. That guy makes me laugh more than anyone else. But he's also someone who pisses me off constantly too. Like, Town will be like, why are you so annoying? I'm like, I learned from the best. Like, my dad annoys the hell out of me on purpose whenever I'm hanging out with him. He, like, what he does when he picks his nose, he wabs the snot up into a ball, and he'll be like, hey, and like try to make you eat it, or he'll try to like flick it on you or something like that. Or he's like, what's that on my foot? He'll put it like right up next to you, stuff like that. Or he'll like scratch his balls. He's like, he'll smell it. He's like, what's that smell like? You're like, motherfucker. Like, he just lives to aggravate. That's what he does.
It's one of those asshole uncles.
Yeah. And he's even worse to his nieces and nephews about it.
Oh.
There was one time I was staying over there for, like, it was during the summer, so I'd stay with him for 2 weeks. During the summer. He stubbed his toe one morning, and the toenail on his big toe went straight up.
Oh.
And my grandma pulled it out with a pair of pliers. And she's literally just, like, grabbing it with the pliers. And he's going, ah! He's, like, freaking out because, he knows what's coming. And she just kept on, like, letting go. She's like, oh, my God, you got to calm down, dude. Like, you freak. And she eventually just got tired of it, and she went...
I hate toes things.
Yeah, and he just starts, he's like, like yelling. And then he's like, let me see it. He has a big toenail now.
Does he?
And his younger brother, with the same last name. He has 5 siblings. He has 4 brothers and a sister. 2 of the siblings are full-blooded siblings, and the other 3 are half. Okay. He has an older brother that's full, and then a younger brother that's full, and then the other 3 are all younger siblings. So he's the second in all the kids. So his younger brother, that's full-blooded brother, and Uncle Luther. His daughter is with him, and his wife Patricia, and his daughter Kelsey's there. And this is when I'm like 6, so she's like 4 or 5.
Okay.
And he's like, "Hey Kelsey, do you want to?" He's like, "Here, Kelsey, eat this," and he starts chasing her around with it. She's running away from him, screaming. She's going outside, running, screaming, going back into the house, running, screaming, still chasing her. He doesn't give a fuck. Yeah.
Relentless.
Just chasing her. The sick fuck kept it too. He still has that fucking toenail.
Really?
But something else, he has a really cool collection of arrowheads. He has a huge, awesome collection of arrowheads. And like old basketball cards. Like, he loves basketball, so he has like all the Michael Jordan cards, all this stuff. Fucking awesome.
I always have the whole set to the 94, 95 Flitter Ultra Marvel card collection, and I have the whole set to the 96 one. And something else really cool he has an entire box filled with like really rare like lighters, cool like design looking lighters and stuff. Which he's said he's probably just gonna give to me at some point, because he's like, I don't really have a use for him. He just uses regular lighters to light his cigarettes. He just thinks they're cool, and I was like, I'll take them. I mean, I don't smoke and probably never will. Well, I won't ever, because that's not good for me especially. So that's what keeps me from doing it, the heart thing. It's a good reason, though.
Yeah. And my mom would kill me, so she's allergic to smoke. So
technically, you would kill your mom.
I'm also kind of allergic in a way. That's why I'm fine with them smoking around me, but the smoke's coming right at me. That's when I'm not having a good time. Another annoying thing about Brandon blowing it right in my face last night. Even though it wasn't as potent. So, but yeah, my mom's throat will close up from smoke. So
rough.
Yeah, and with me, it's more of like I get a sore throat from it, kind of a thing. Just if people are blowing it in my face, or it's going into my, where I'm breathing. If I'm outside with people, smoke's not coming at me, I'm good. I'm fine.
You're good to go then.
Yeah. I can still smell it, but I'm not like, it's not right in there. I'm not getting the full whiff of it, so I'm more normal. Yeah. But my mom also has a fucking nose stronger than a bloodhound's, so, like, she can be driving home from Lamar, one of the fields out on the, like, going towards Jasper side of town. One of those fields can be burning. the wind could be blowing it towards Carthage, the smoke, and she'd be leaving Lamar, and she could smell that fucking smoke. And of course, she'd be pissed off.
God damn it.
She's the reason. She's part of the reason that when it's summer, there's a burn ban. She tried to get a burn ban for the whole year.
And she can't do it for a whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's how allergic she is to it. That's why she.
It's pretty intense, though.
Yeah. I mean, and her own dad, my grandpa, lives right next to us. He smokes, so.
Mm-hmm.
And his shop smells like smoke because it's a wood stove. Which she can handle that smoke better. It doesn't. It's not. She's not as allergic to that.
So it's probably not as potent.
Yeah, like
More clean burn.
That's more like what it does. What smoke does to me. Her throat gets sore, and her sinuses act up and stuff like that. That's another thing. Her sinuses act up all the time from smoke.
Get out of there, Mog. Bitch.
And then for like cigarette smoke, just really bad smoke, like tire smoke, stuff like that. Someone's just burning wood. She'll be okay. Barbecue smoke she can handle pretty well. Tiki torch smoke she can handle pretty well. Stuff like that. Light amount of smoke. Yeah, cooking smoke. Coal smoke, it's kind of low amounts of it. If someone's literally like, let's burn all this coal like it's a locomotive fucking train, yeah, she's not going to have a good time.
It's basically just going to be any smoke that's going to have a lot of carcinogenics in it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I like barbecue smoke. Not going to be too bad.
It's not that bad, it has a little bit, not much.
Wood stove smoke, not terrible. But yeah, that gives her a sore throat. And that's actually a rule for the office she works in. People, when they get interviewed, they are asked if they smoke. And if they do, they aren't considered for the job.
That's prejudice. I understand, but it's prejudice.
She's
me being a smoker.
She's well, it's because she's allergic to it. She's a manager.
This was I understand. Yeah, but it is what it is.
And and the guy who owns it, he's an older dude. He's a lawyer. He just doesn't like the smell of smoke. So so it's also partly him. They're both like, we don't like it. Well, my mom's like, I can't breathe when I'm around it. So.
Right. Yeah.
And my sinuses get awful. She gets sick. So she's been able to tell now since this winter that she smells a little bit of wood fire smoke, which she's okay with that. With the wood fire smoke, as long as not all their fucking clothes smell like it and stuff, If they smell like a little bit, fine, But now she's still smelling smoke, and she's like, yeah, but it's not wood fire smoke. And so one of the two people that are under her is smoking now.
Oh.
And I guess they've had some talking tos. Because, like, George, the guy who owns Nichols & Nichols and Martin County Title, he's like, someone's smoking. I don't know if you guys remember your interview, but that's not allowed. He's like, you guys might be fired for it. Because it's in their contract that they don't smoke, so.
They signed it, they gotta follow it.
He's like, so then it's basically if they get fired for it, they can't be like prejudice, discrimination, stuff like that.
Since they signed a waiver for it, yeah.
Which someone tried to do that with my mom whenever they got, because that was a rule back then. It wasn't in the contract yet. They got fired. They tried to sue, but then because it's a medical issue for my mom, who's the manager of the fucking place, they couldn't do anything about it. But so they don't have an issue like that again, where it escalates to that much. It was like, it's just in the contract now, because it's in the contract. You signed it. Yeah.
Technicalities always get you, huh?
Which my mom wouldn't put that in there. Wouldn't ask for that if she wasn't.
If she didn't need it.
Yeah, if she didn't make her ill. So.
Well, thanks for watching this episode, everyone. Stay tuned for more as we attempt to find Umaro, the mighty Smasquatch.
He's a real strong dude, I bet.
Sam Squatch.
Start out at like level 40.
By the time we find him, probably. So. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.